Dear audience, we are marking the closing of an excellent year, a year that brought us milestone achievements. Today we have with us our CEO Fabrice Pierre, and we'll be rounding up the fiscal year 22-23. Welcome, Fabrice.
Welcome, Manisha.
To begin with, this fiscal year also marks your anniversary your first anniversary as a CEO. How is the journey so far?
Well, very exciting, very intense journey. Well, first, on day one, I took it as as an honor, as a big responsibility to now lead the next chapter of the story of Burckhardt Compression, a story which I started 179 years ago. And then during the year, many highlights came. I started meeting many employees, managers across the globe, and I was struck again, because I know the company, but again by their dedication, by their loyalty to the company. That was really another highlight. Then we have delivered our mid-range plan 2022. We delivered the financials, we started our new journey in terms of sustainability, and that's the third highlight, we have defined a new plan for the year 2027. And we did that again with 150 managers. We defined new ambitious financial targets, of course, but we also defined a brand new roadmap for sustainability with clear commitments that now are really guide our actions on a day-to-day basis. So that's a lot of things at the same time, a lot of success, a lot of joy, a lot of challenges as well.
Which of company's achievement are you most proud of?
One I'm proud of, but I think we are all proud of, is the achievement of order intake. More than 1 billion Swiss franc order intake is a milestone we were aiming for since a long time, and we finally reached it. And not only reached it, but I'm proud of the content of it. More than 40% of these orders are supporting the transition towards sustainable energies, especially solar panels. We had record orders for compressors involved in the production of solar panels. We had record orders for compressors related to liquefied natural gas, and the new kid in the block, hydrogen for mobility and energy. We more than doubled orders in that area, and now we are involved in projects from production, transportation, distribution, and it looks like the strategy that we started a few years ago is really paying off in terms of orders. So it's really nice to see. Then something else which is completely different, I'm quite proud of how we reacted to the war in Ukraine. Of course, we implemented the sanctions in a very proactive way globally, but also I see how for instance, the teams in Winterthur, Switzerland, have donated for the refugees from Ukraine. First, for the refugees coming to Switzerland, and then for the winter, they have supported families there. And I'm really proud of that reaction.
Thank you, Fabrice. The topic of sustainability connects us to the MRP now. Mm-hmm. In November, we announced the new mid-range plan for 23-27. What are the main areas of focus?
Well, together with mid-range plan, we also announced our new purpose, and the two are very linked together. And our purpose is now to create leading compression solutions for a sustainable energy future. And the mid-range plan defines a target in 27 and a strategy to get there. And if I look at the different focus areas, one is certainly sustainability, of course, when you have such a purpose. For instance, we want to reach 40% of our order intake supporting the energy transition, and that has quite some impact on our R&D, our market strategy. We also want to reduce our own emission intensity of greenhouse gases by 50%, which impacts the way we do things internally. And it's certainly one block. The second block is our new or refined values and behaviors. And there we wanted to emphasize our responsibility towards the employees, towards communities, for instance, towards the safety of everyone, and also the passion that we could feel everywhere in the company. And we said, well, we really have to emphasize that in our values and behaviors. Then more in terms of content, we have digitalization. This is certainly an investment area, and we have started to organize ourselves for it. We want to optimize our processes on one hand, and we also want to make it easier for customers to work with us. So a lot of things behind that. And finally, of course, we have some financial commitments. We want to reach 1.1 billion Swiss franc sales with 12 to 15% return on sales. And we have committed for return on net operating assets, which is kind of value creation metrics, of more than 25%. So this is all in all how I would wrap it up.
I see very ambitious mid-range plan. How are we planning to attract new talent in order to achieve this growth?
Yeah, very good question, Manisha. When first, before attracting new talents, we have to retain the good ones we have. And here, I think that our culture is one central element that makes people stay a very long time at Burckhardt Compression, or even come back after they experience other employees. And I think everyone appreciates our, I guess you do as well, our collaborative, our inclusive approach. And when I only look at Winterthur as a facility, we have more than 50 nationalities. And that creates a lively environment for exchange and for generating new ideas. Then we also train our employees, of course, because the skills are also evolving. And we have 6% of our employees which are in training at the moment. That's, I think, part of retaining our employees. Well, then, of course, we also need to recruit new employees. And we're just at the start of the recruitment plans, but we have very good feedback. First, on our new purpose. I think it's important for new employees to see where we're heading and that we have a meaningful purpose as a company. We also receive the feedback that people get this kind of warm feeling when having interviews with our employees, that feels like a nice place to be. And I think we also have competitive working conditions globally. So that's what we offer to new employees.
Coming back to the strategy, climate change poses a significant challenge to the world. Have you identified new market segments, new market opportunities from the climate change?
Yeah, very, very important area for our strategy indeed. I mean, the world needs more secure energy sources, needs more sustainable energy sources, and needs energy that people can pay for. And here we have 3 areas where we already contribute today, and they will become even bigger in the next mid-range plan. One are the solar panels. Our compressors are involved in several components going into solar panels, and we are leaders in these applications. Then liquefied natural gas. This is, I would say, transition energy, which is replacing energies which are less clean, like coal or heavy oil. And our compressors are also leading here. And finally, hydrogen. Hydrogen is just starting. And there we are involved with our service network, with our technology, from the production of hydrogen to the transportation to the distribution. Every step needs compressors, and we are involved in all the steps. So a lot of possible developments here. We've increased our R&D in the past few years because we could see it coming, and now in the next MRP we will really contribute to these new developments, and it will be growth opportunities, but also for us, if you come back to our purpose, it will be a contribution to all this development of the world, and I think that matters as well.
Another topic that we hear on a daily basis is digitalization. Why digitalization, and what are our plans to achieve it?
Yeah, indeed, digitalization is part of our mid-range plan. Here, with digitalization and with artificial intelligence as part of it, we want to focus on applications and services that really add value to our customers. And also we want to become more efficient internally. If I take a couple of examples of ongoing actions which we will further develop, we have launched our My Fleet portal, for instance, which enables customers to have a complete view of their fleet, to know where they have placed orders, access documentations, etc. That gives them control about their fleet. A second one, which is more interactive, is our remote support solutions, where we can bring right away, real-time, our experts to the facility through a HoloLens or tablet or HoloLens. And the third one, which is more advanced and I'm really excited about, is artificial intelligence, going into predictive maintenance. There, we can help customers identify exactly when a maintenance needs to be done, warning them when something is about to happen. And with this, customer can really do much more intelligent maintenance, and they can replace spare parts, for instance, only when required. And this, that will really help them, and avoid breakdown, that will really help them to reduce cost, and that's also support them on the sustainability journey. And here we have some nice pilot applications, and I'm excited about that launch. So overall, again, to summarize, adding value to customers and optimizing our processes internally. This is really what the plan is about.
So Fabrice, going back a little bit, you mentioned about Ukraine conflict. Has this conflict impacted the firm? And if yes, how?
Yeah, it has. But first, I mean, this war is a tragedy, and I would like to express my sympathy for everyone suffering. And concerning the impact on the firm, there were 2. First, we stopped taking orders from Russia very early in mid-March 2022, and this had probably an impact on the order intake of 3 to 5%. The second impact is with ongoing projects. We had some contractual obligations, and we've fulfilled them as far as possible within the limits of sanctions, and this led us to stop some of these projects. And with this, we had a negative one-time impact of 7 million Swiss francs on our EBIT in 2022. So overall, I would say it was a manageable impact because we didn't have a legal entity in Russia, and we also were not dependent on suppliers from this country.
What I hear from you, Fabrice, is that we had an excellent year and we have a bigger goal to achieve ahead. But where do we start now? What are our priorities for the next 12 months?
We have won record orders the past 2 years, and our utmost priority now is to deliver these projects to the highest standards. It means, in particular, continuing to manage the supply chain, which remain quite tense for some products. It also means continuing to recruit people, to train people. That's quite the operational side of the priorities. Well, beyond the delivery of our backlog, we will make the first steps in our mid-range plan 2027. For instance, on the sustainability side, we have this ambition to become net zero by 2035, and there is a roadmap behind it, and we will start all these actions. We talked about digitalization before. We will launch new products, new services with our digitalization platform. And in all the divisions at corporate, everyone has actions in its field to progress towards the overall target. So that will be quite an interesting year to get started with everything. Then we also have to watch the external environment. There might be headwinds coming up. We have to be ready for that if they do. So overall, quite a plan, delivery, strategy, and external environment. I would say that Burckhardt Compression is really well positioned to make another successful year, hopefully another excellent year, and to progress towards our mid-range plan 2027.
With this, we come to an end to this interview. Thank you so much, Fabrice, for your time and insight into this year and into our future strategies. Any closing words from your side?
Well, first of all, thank you, Manisha, for this interview. Closing words, it's all about taking this momentum that we have created, this excellent year, which you mentioned, and doing another excellent year altogether.